Good morning, my beautiful butterflies. How are y'all this morning? Come on in. Let's talk about it. I give y'all a few minutes to come in. So this morning I wanted to talk about the secret storm. I thought that would be a good topic to start off with because Ms.V is late. She is very late for what's really going on out here on the YouTube streets right now. I took a little vacation and I came back in and I was like, what's really going on? I am so lost, y'all. So maybe y'all can help me piece things together this morning because I haven't had time to go back and look at every one of those videos. And it's so deep out there in Roz's world until it's like, who are all these people that they introducing? I tried to catch up on DJs, but it's too many people. I don't know how they connected and everything because I just see bits and pieces of it. I haven't had time to go back and watch every video since I've been gone. So I'm like, who is Allegra? Who is all these folks, all these men folks? So I think I'm just lost in the sauce with that. I just have to start watching from where I am now and try to piece it all together because it's over my head. I don't understand none of it. Now, they saying out here on these streets that these children ain't her children. But she'd have been telling everybody she put in the work. She put in the work with other folks' children. Now I know when I did watch DJ, I saw that she only said one child was hers, and that was Juju Bangler. And the other three children ain't her children. First, before I left here, it was like, who are the daddies? Now they ain't your. Let me get in my chat and speak to everybody. I'm coming in here this morning. Good morning, Myra. How you doing? Thank you for the hearts on the crown. Um, Hanging out. Say I'm up in the building, Miss V, and Auntie Mimi is here today. What's going on today, friend? What's the plan? Okay, so it's not a pretty day here. Since I've been on, the sun is trying to come through. That's why I'm on StreamYard because I didn't have enough energy to even try to get up out of bed this morning. It's like, it's gloomy. It's an ugly day, but I will get up and go to the post office because I got to pay my post office fee anyway today for my post office box. So I might as well kill two birds with one stone. Go down there and pay it and get the mailing done. So that's the plan for today. And by the way, I still got to go get one, two, three. I think I need three more boxes and some more paper since you can't find newspapers anymore. And then I'm going to be going out sometime this afternoon. I'm trying to see if the sun is going to come on up. But I'm going to tell you, Jerry Lee is in there. Tiara, Jan Martin, Rita Williams. Who is this? Trina Miller, Inclusion Guru. These are the ones I'm mailing out today. So I hope I haven't missed anybody. I know I got Miss Ruby in there to get a box to mail her stuff. Portia Hogan, Cynthia Fuller, Shonda Moore, Ashley Thompson. What is this? Okay, I have Deborah. It's a cancer thing. Jessica, Wanda Clayton, and Virtuous Woman. Your things are stacked by the door. I have left to finish already in the box is Janet Nelson, which is in his service. And whose box is this? Miss Ruby King. I need to get a box for under new management, and I need to get a box for Cynthia Fuller. You had a box over there. I think I called your name, but this is your thing. I hope I didn't put the wrong thing. I'm gonna have to open your box back up, Cynthia, because I know I put your name in here. So I might have left something out of your box. But that's it. So I have 18, 19, I think 20 boxes to get to the car and get to the post office. So that's what Ms.V will be doing today, is getting y'all stuff so I can get it out of here. Let me see, where am I with the comments? I was up here by Auntie Mimi. Auntie Mimi wanted to know the plan, so that's the plan. 20 boxes will go out today with the eggs, okay? Good morning, Cynthia. How you doing? No more drama is in the building. Hey, Miss Jackie Johnson. Thank you for the rose. I appreciate it. Good morning, Miss V in chat. Hey, Elaine. Poho 69. I got you, baby. You by the door. Cynthia Green, wonderful Wednesday. Yes, it is. We woke up. I say every day above ground is a good day, because you didn't have to wake up, or you could have woke up with something wrong, some kind of pains and strains, aches, and we're getting older. It happens, You don't even have to get old to have aches and pains. When I go to the doctors now, it's just as many young people in there as it is old people. It just seems like people are not living as long anymore. Uh, Decades before now, people were living longer after modern Western medicine improved itself. And now it look like they're not living as long because we're taking ourselves out now. But it is the way it is. Good morning, Miss Wanda Young. How are you doing this morning? Ain't be snotty, do not have any kids. DJ is waiting on birth certificates to arrive. Lord help me. So this woman just done lied about her whole life for almost 3 years, y'all. The house, the car, the children. Oh my God. I always said it was going to be bad news when they went to not Project Lane. Where did she live? Some terrace back in the projects where she came from. I always thought that they would find some childhood friends that would tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And that may be coming. I don't know what they have going on behind the scene, but ain't nothing coming out good. Nothing. Just more lies. So your whole life is a secret storm. That was the perfect topic. It's secret. She never talked about it. She always said, I don't talk about my life. I see why. I wouldn't talk about my life either. Talk about it for what? Ain't nothing to talk about. So I guess we'll just have to wait on the birth certificates, and then what's she gonna come out here and say then? Because right now she's deflecting. She's not trying to address anything that's being talked about on this side. She's just trying to stay with the Treese commentary. But really, don't nobody want to hear that. Sure don't. If we can look at Treese every day and make our own opinions about what she's doing or saying, why do we need her opinion? Who is she to give an opinion on anybody at this point? No, thank you. Hey, Renee Sharp, how you doing? Good morning, Wanda Younger. Miss Rucker to be, hello, everyone. Baby Gator, hope you're doing good. Baby Gator ain't never got up this morning. He doing great. Hello, everyone. God loves you, and so do I. That's coming from Miss Cynthia Williams Bronson. I appreciate that. Good morning. Best family is in the building and bringing in roses. Ain't be yes, I meant to say yes. They're saying only one child. Yeah, I saw her where she was saying Juju Banger is her only child, and she even made up this fabulous, how I want to say it. Lord, my tongue is twisted trying to talk. This fabrication about the relationship that she had with each one of these men. Okay, that had to be a lie too, because that's not their children, or either that's not their children, or that is their children and not your children. Oh, this is confusing. What a tangle web we weave. Ooh, Lord. Uh, Good morning, inclusion. I got you at the door, ready to go. Soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna get cleaned up and get on down to the post office. But I saw your email, and I hope you like it. Um, Loving me, Tracy Anderson. Good morning to you, love. How you doing? Thank you for the roses. No More Drama is in the building this morning, speaking to Wanda, Myra, best family guru, po ho, and hanging out. Stay in my lane. Say good morning, Ms.V. Thank you with your beautiful soul. Thank you for being here in the community and supporting this channel. To all of you. Y'all could have been somewhere else. Y'all chose to come on over. I appreciate you. Um, Holistic, how you doing this morning, Holistic? Hope all is well with you. Good morning, Holistic Healing. Oh, Holistic, let me go back up to you. I had a question for you. Um, and I'm on StreamYard. If you want to come up, I can drop the link. But just looking at her face, how dark it has gotten, all the breakouts in her face, and the bloat, how bloated she is, and it just looks to me like renal failure in its last stages of renal failure. I'm just trying to get another opinion, because I've watched her for 2 years, and this is the worst she has looked in 2 years. She's dark compared. If you go back and look at videos, even with the filters on, she's not that dark. Mm-mm. And the black rings around the eyes, it's just like, oh, what is going on with you, woman? For real. You could tell the truth, and we probably would have more sympathy for you. Maybe you've hurt so many people until it's hard. It's really hard. Um, no More Dramas in the building. Holistic is speaking to everybody. Big Mama, how you doing this morning? Thank you for coming over this morning and hanging out with us. I got my tea. What y'all drinking this morning? Y'all got tea or coffee? Y'all already had it. You know it's tea time. Good morning. Miss Jackie Johnson is telling Wanda why. Hold on. Yeah. Uh, so no more drama. Speaking to your Big Mama. Stay in my lane is speaking to no more drama. Let's get on down the way. Jack's Dogs is in the building this morning. I appreciate you and the roses. Thank you. Y'all always be so kind and so lovable over here, bringing in hearts and roses and butterflies and all kind of stuff. And then speaking to each other, Mr. Legend of Oz says, "Wait up, Miss V. I'm in the building. How you doing this morning, Legend? Your little boy never got up this morning, so he couldn't come on and say hello to the people this morning. He might make the night. Uh-huh. Miss Shirley Allen is in the building also, and she is bringing me hearts and roses. I appreciate you. Hey, Twyla Fields. So Roz is admitting that Juju is her only birth kid. No, I didn't hear her admit it, Twyla. I heard DJ mention it on her channel that the first three, which was uh, Myron, little Myron, um, lawyer daughter, and Dodo are not her children. But she said that Jew Banger was her child. Now she's waiting on birth certificates, according to Myra, for Roz to prove it. It'll be like the bank statements, you'll never see it. Anytime there is some discrepancy or she's exposed, she just moves right on past it. She doesn't bring receipts, but she wants you to bring receipts. If she say come out here and lie on you, she'll use that as a narrative for however long it takes for you to come out here and prove her a lie. And when you prove her a lie, it doesn't matter. She just keep on. Just keep going. She's like the Energizer Bunny. She just never run out. But she hitting that brick wall now because DJ and Sharita ain't playing with her. They done playing. Um, Good morning, Twyla Fields. How you doing? Miss Blackhouse is in the building, and I appreciate you coming in. Legend is speaking to you, Wanda, and No More Drama. No More Drama says if she had birth certificates, she should have been posted them. That's what I'm talking about, No More Drama. She doesn't post any receipts. She'll come out here, she'll tell you her side of the story once there's a story out there, but she never gonna show you no receipts on it. She just gonna talk about it. Oh, it couldn't been true because this, and that. We need to see receipts from you, ma'am. Just like you wanted to receive all receipts from anything anybody out here said for the last 2 years, show me. I don't believe you. And that all that I don't believe you was for you to step up and prove her wrong. And it was just for views. Everything she's done and said has been just for views and money. She didn't care who she hurt, but now all of a sudden there are rules to the game. Ain't no rules to no game. I told y'all that yesterday. A fight is a fight. Somebody gonna win, somebody gonna lose. As it is what it is. Okay? She started this fight, now she gotta deal with it. It wasn't bothering her when she was going from channel to channel messing with folks and had them purple people behind her. So why should it bother you now? You'll be all right. Hang in there, big little mama. And we got big mama over here, so I have to call her little mama. You hang on in there. You're gonna be fine. You take it like we took it. Mm-hmm. Miss Blackhouse say it's the evilness. Yes, indeed. I mean, you set out to destroy each and every person in this sector that you went after. You were willing to destroy them. You did not care. And it's kind of sad that you lied on so many people. That's the hurting thing to me because it wasn't called for. It didn't even need to be brought up. It was their personal business. But when it comes to you and people bring stuff out on you and it's your personal business, you got a problem with it. No, it don't work like that. Where you get them rules from? You trying to make up rules as you go. They hitting too low beneath the belt. Ain't no such thing as hitting too low. Uh-uh. Not in a fight. I don't know where you been fighting at. I've never been in a fight in my life, but I've watched a lot of fights. I've seen a lot of fights break out. Somebody wins, somebody loses. No. But this is kid stuff. This is not grown women stuff. No 50-year-old woman I know out there in the street fighting. Something is wrong right there. Good morning, Miss Cackley. How you doing, Carolyn? Miss Jack Dogs is speaking to everybody in the chat. Good morning, Carolyn from Wanda. Demonic Cloud over at 316 Ash. And the nerves of her, stay in my lane, to have invited me to that house. When she came out here and lied on me, then she tried to apologize. And she invited me twice on the live on Patricia E. Jackson. At the beginning, when she started her fake apology, and at the very end, she tried it again. Well, you need to come on over and join the Raw Squad, and you'll see what we're doing over there. As if I'm dumb. I'm up here because y'all have doxed me, and I'm in the sister circle, and I don't know why. I'm not even a content creator. I'm a co-host. Make that make sense. And you going after a co-host that ain't making no money, just out here having a good time. Then you went over there on One Man and you invited me again on his page when I was on a panel over there one night. So that's 3 times that you got turned down. So it's obvious the reason why you wanted me over there with you is because you saw me supporting so many channels out here. And I still do. I just don't support yours. Kitty boo boo. Yeah. It's just like that. Holistic say, drop the link, please, Ms.V, and I will show the difference in a healthy renal patient and let you all determine. Okay, give me just a minute, Holistic. Let me get in and invite you. Hold on. Okay. Y'all keep talking. Give me a minute to drop this link. Okay. I got it copied. Okay, so now I got to go back and okay. There's the link. Oh. Hold on. Let me go to new comments. Okay, there's the link, and I just pinned it. Holistic. Ms.V, I'm so glad you never accepted the end of. Oh no, I saw through her. You don't come out and attack an innocent person you don't know and lie on them and cause problems in their world. That's not a normal thing to do. People, I don't know y'all, so why would I just come out and say, stay in my lane? She this, she that, she ugly, she not beautiful like me. Her teeth is this and her this and that. I don't know you to say that, but that's what she did. I never met you. I don't know nothing about you other than you come into my chat. That's it. But that's what she did. So why would I? Let me see if she backstage. Hold on. Mm-mm. I'm looking for you, Holistic. And I always, oh, I see you. I see you. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Hi, Holistic.
Hello.
How
Hello,
you,
Ms. V.
how you doing? Welcome to
Hi.
chat, Miss V.
Thank you for having me. I'm
Yes.
actually I'm actually at dialysis today because I didn't feel well yesterday, so I switched my days. Because I don't like to miss because I am a candidate for a transplant.
Oh, that's wonderful, Holistic. That you found somebody that matched and you have a donor. Wow, I wish my brother had made it to that stage.
I don't have a donor yet. We're still in I still have a long way to go. I was cleared to start all my processing, my
Uh-huh.
testing. I have to do I had to do a mammogram test. I have to do a stress test to make sure my heart is in condition.
Uh-huh.
And I have gotten the go ahead from the cardiologist. I received my result from the mammogram, and they still need to do a full body scan to make sure that I don't have any type of cancer. Because if you do, they will not approve you for a kidney. They don't want you to have a chronic illness and then they invest and you're on the kidney list. It's a waste of time.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They have given him all of that. He was going to uh University of Alabama, Birmingham, to have
Hmm.
it done. And we had started the process, and my nephew was going to be his donor, which is his stepson. But he didn't make it. Uh,
Right.
yeah.
Um, the process is a lengthy process. I started my dialysis on November 1st, 2019.
Oh, you just
And
started. Okay.
yes, and when I started the dialysis, I had an option. I was already in the hospital because he had to dialyze me right away. I was at that point, I was going to my nephrologist every week, and he explained to me, he said, I've done everything that I can. You've been doing good, but you need to be on dialysis. So I ended up on dialysis. They came to me for the traditional hemodialysis or either the PD dialysis. The PD dialysis is what you do from home. It doesn't have anything to do with blood. It's dextrose and it comes in different levels. You have a yellow bag, that's the lowest level. You have a green bag, that's the mid bag. And then you have a red bag, and that's when you have a problem. And then when you go to the purple bag, you're really, really not getting good um, kidney care. So, with that being said, with me being a diabetic, PD dialysis is not, I would not recommend it for people who have diabetes because all those bags contain sugar and it's dextrose. And instead of pulling the blood out of your body, it they install it like a little bag to drain all the fluids, and you hook it up to like a sink or a bathroom and let that fluid run. I didn't have a good experience with it. So I
My
went back. Go ahead.
my brother was on that home dialysis. I definitely don't recommend it because you don't have the people there to take care of you if something happens. That's the first thing.
Well, you
And
have to go through a lot of training
yes,
in the
and
beginning. Hmm.
I through the training, his wife basically trained me how to do it and everything. And I got
Hmm.
down after about a week. It took me about a week to remember everything and how to
Right.
hook up and how to help him. But at that time, he was able to help me in the very.
Hmm.
I had to do it all myself because he couldn't remember.
Exactly. And now the center that I go to, they've upgraded. They gave me, the dialysis machine. They gave me an iPad. They gave me a scale. Everything is electronic. I had to take my blood pressure. They give you a blood pressure machine. Actually, they give you two. So, because your blood pressure can drop real drastically
Yes.
when you're doing dialysis, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to be careful. You have to now PD. A lot of people like PD dialysis because it's more lenient and they don't have to follow a strict diet. But when you do when you do hemodialysis, you have to follow that renal diet.
Right. Right. He had a very
And
strict diet of things he couldn't eat. I remember
right,
fish meat and wieners and stuff like that was something he could not eat anymore. And he loved hot dogs.
no processed food, no
Like,
processed meat. You have to read label. That's why I stress to people, if you can afford to go and buy fresh produce and you have to stop using all those preservatives because it's not good for your dialysis. Dialysis is they compact it in 3 days a week, which is really not, that's the best they can do. There's several side effects as well, but they take blood every week and they tell you all the numbers that you need to do, and they can tell. For
exactly.
for instance, for me, when I first started, I was doing the fresh, I was doing the fresh chicken, and then I got kind of lazy because I didn't feel good, and I started buying the chicken in the bag. My nutritionist called me right away. She said, "Miss Andrew, it's something that you're doing or you're eating because your phosphorus and your potassium is high. And I told her what I did, and she said the culprit was the prepackaged meat.
Wow.
They
All up in your
canned food, canned food, all that stuff is the they have preservatives in it. Preservatives,
right.
salt, sodium. You have to follow this diet to feel good. And if
And he
you
also,
don't do that, you're gonna feel like sluggish.
right. He also could not drink dark soda pops. He had to
Mhm.
have ginger ale or 7 Up. Yeah.
Right. We are on. When I tell you, it's a lot of restrictions. I don't drink sodas. Well, I don't like sodas because I've been a diabetic since 2000. But anything with the word phosphorus in it, juices,
Right.
apple juice, orange juice, grapefruit juice, all that stuff is a no because of what's in it. And to be honest, in my opinion, she is not getting adequate dialysis
Right.
care.
Right.
She's
It's
swollen because she has too much fluid.
right. Right. It's in her face. It's everywhere.
And she's supposedly only having, this is including 32 ounces a day, and
Right.
that's including any type of soup, ice,
And
ice
it's
cream,
liquid.
anything that melts
Uh-huh.
needs to be included into that 32 ounces a day. So
I heard her on one of her lives ask John to go to the refrigerator and get her a ginger ale. He said there are no more. And she said, well, just bring me whatever's in there. And he said, but it's dark. And she said, oh, that'll work. And I was
see,
thinking to myself, that's a no-no.
and plus she's my assumption. I don't watch her from listening. She's smoking, all that stuff. All that stuff contributes to bad dialysis.
Right, because you got to cleanse all that out your blood.
Right. And like I say, it's compacted into 3 days a week, and it's not enough. So that's why you have to be careful of what you eat, mindful of what you eat. They give you training classes, you get a nutritionist, you get a social worker, you get everything. So I don't know if she is going through something mentally or physically, or she just don't care.
That's what I was thinking. Either she doesn't care or something has happened with her brain. The toxins can hit your brain because they hit his in the end and he couldn't remember anything.
Yes, those toxins are bad. When I tell you, I like when I stayed on renal panel, I did not even know that I was in end stage renal failure. I was so swollen I could barely walk. I almost weighed almost 280 pounds
Oh,
from the fluid. And when I got to the hospital, I went to the ER because I didn't feel good. And
uh-huh.
when I got to the hospital, the people started running and doing this and doing that. And my daughter said, "Well, are you guys going to keep her?" And the nurse said, "Oh yeah, she in heart failure."
Ooh,
So,
wow.
and that was, you know, it was. I've always been ill, but I tried to take care of myself to the best of my ability. But with the traveling and trying to make all the money, it's finally caught up with me. Like I
Uh,
said, I'm a double amputee. Um, my eyesight is, bad.
that,
All and when I tell you, they don't tell you all the side effects that goes along with being a dialysis patient.
and
Things
then
that
have
happen.
diabetes on
Yeah,
top of that.
right,
So that's
right,
probably bothering the eyes is the diabetes.
right.
Mm,
And all I have pictures. All of my hair fell out. I didn't know why my hair was falling out. All this hair you guys see now is new hair. I've always worn short haircuts, but I didn't know that you can experience hair loss. Now I have a thyroid problem. I've never had a thyroid problem.
So it's just one
So,
thing leading to another.
yes. And that's why I'm stressing to people that are pre diabetic or diabetic, change your eating habit. It's just don't look at it as a diet. Just do fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, lean meats. Because once you on dialysis, man, I have developed so many things that has happened to me.
Uh-huh.
If it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't believe it either.
Look, well, let me ask you this. Okay, you take your dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. This is something I never asked him.
No,
Because,
I go Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
okay,
But
you go.
the only reason why I'm here today is because I was sick yesterday,
Oh,
and they frown upon when you in the stages for a kidney. They frown upon if you miss treatment.
exactly.
Missing missing treatments to them is like you don't care.
That's true. And then they did tell you, I was gonna ask the question, what did you do over the weekend? But you say you go Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Because I
Hmm.
never got the opportunity to ask my brother that because he did his at home. But I often wondered how do people do over the weekend who go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday?
Um, you just have, like I said, the diet is the most important. You
Mm,
have to watch your intake. You have to. If you don't, it's the more fluid they have to pull from you, the your body cramps up because they're taking all the blood out of your body. Your
uh-huh.
feet cramp, your feet cramp. It's just a lot of side effects. And when I tell you, when I finish, sometimes some days I just don't feel like doing anything but just going home, taking a shower, and laying down.
So it's almost impossible to work a full-time job.
No, that is not true. Nope, you can work a full time job. The center that I go to, they offer us a third shift, and the third shift is for people who work 8 hours.
Okay, so it's after 5.
Right? No, it's here. Well, in Orlando, the late shift starts at 3:30.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
they will accommodate you. They will send your job a letter. They will send, like, when we have hurricane season and they
Uh-huh.
tell us to stay off the road, they give us letters stating that we have to go for dialysis. If, like, something happens, they give us a checklist
Uh-huh.
of the food, and it's very, very, very limited because they don't know when you can be dialyzed. And my best friend, her niece, had lupus, and she went in to have a port to be replaced. They would not let the same guy, the cardiovascular doctor, to install it, and she died because the toxins
Oh my God.
took over her body, and that's how fast it could happen.
Mm.
Now
I
me,
said after I figured out that she's suffering with renal failure, she does not take care of herself at all. And another thing I
mm-mm.
told my brother was the fact that you have to be careful with his home dialysis of getting an infection. It had to be cleaned around.
Right, 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 and you don't want to get that infection in the peritoneal cavity because
Right.
I got off it because I caught COVID, and they really, at that time they really wasn't offering medication. They quarantined you and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be transferred to three different hospitals here because I was on a home, on the PD dialysis. So they couldn't. Some of the hospitals don't even accommodate PD dialysis. You know.
Well, that's true.
So,
Because the last hospital my brother was in, um, they took him off of the home dialysis, and for that last week of his life, well, no, that
mhm,
week of his life in the hospital, they had
mhm,
supported his chest and was taking him down to do it, where they cleansed
right,
the blood.
right. Me right now, because of all the surgeries and the illnesses, my veins are very tiny and they run away. So my team came to me and they gave me a suggestion. They said, "Well, Mr. Anderson, you can get on the list quicker if you go and do home hemodialysis." And I
Hmm.
was like, "Okay." I talked it over with my kids and my sister, and this is the plan. But I had a setback a couple of weeks ago when I was at dialysis. I went home, took a shower, was getting ready to take a shower, and my whole port just fell out.
Oh no, out your
Yes,
chest?
yes, yes. It
Oh,
was on the right side, but now it's on the left side because my vein, and this is not good either because this is coming down to your artery.
right.
You can see this lump right here.
Uh-huh.
That's my artery.
Oh, it's so big.
Yes, ma'am. And
Uh,
my primary physician wants this out of my system right away. But when I was in the hospital, the vascular surgeon said, "I can't do both right now." He said, "Because I need to give you a different type of access that needs to be done in a two-part procedure." So now, like I said, they pushed me back. I was a little disappointed, but I'm doing a little better. But
you
I'm just waiting for him
great. You look
to,
like nothing is really wrong with you. Your skin is beautiful. So you are taking care of yourself.
well, I don't like my skin because I've been, um, it's called atopic dermatitis, and it's when it's the overgrowth of yeast in your body.
Yeah, he had that.
Right. And it all up in my face, everything. And that's when I started
It
Googling holistic health. So I make,
itch.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So I came up with a hair cream and a body anti-itch, all natural. I read up on it. And when I tell you guys, holistic health is what helped me to survive because I kept telling these people it's something that you all are giving me that's making me sick.
Mm.
I I was admitted to the hospital 9 times in 2021.
Oh my God.
I kept telling them it's something wrong with me, it's something wrong with me. They didn't listen to me. I lost all my strength. I lost all my mobility. My kids had to quit their job because I needed 24-hour care. I couldn't sit up, I couldn't walk.
Uh,
I had to learn how to do all this over again. And I kept telling them what we found. And this doctor told me, "Oh, that didn't happen to you. That only happens in children." And I said, "It's the first time for everything." And
right.
that's when I started getting really, really aggressive with these doctors
It was
because they don't listen to you. They
mm.
think everybody that goes to the hospital wants medication for pain. I don't want any pain medication. I want you to fix the problem of
Right.
what's going on with me.
Get to the root
And
cause and fix it.
right. And here at this center, I had a nurse and she said, "Miss Anderson, you are have to be your number one advocate." And from that day forth, I have eliminated 6 medications
What a blessing.
just by eating correctly.
Mm.
Foods that help heal the body. This medication is expensive, and then they just want they're going to cover it up. They don't want to get to the root of the problem. They
And
want to put you on this pill to fix that. And I told them, I'm not taking no more of you guys' medication. I can't.
I saw with all the medications they were giving him was the side effects. Every one of those medications had too many side effects. And I started doing the same thing. We started going to the farmer's market, getting fresh fruits and stuff like that. And I would get
Hmm.
out and I would puree them and,
Hmm.
just to get away from cans. I don't want cans in my house today. Never liked them because you got all those preservatives in there. And your
And
body getting older and it's trying to digest all this stuff it used to, it's not going to work.
that's this is the reason why I came to YouTube. I was so sick. I you know I I cried. I cried at night. I didn't even want my children to hear me cry. My voice, when I was real sick, I couldn't even talk to Alexa to call my daughter to tell
Oh,
her to come to the room. My I was just like an infant.
mm.
And
Just pain at the same time.
oh yeah, I have a lot of pain because for one, I have neuropathy. That's what caused the osteomyelitis
Mm.
in my foot, and that's why I'm a double amputee. But like I said, all of this that I went through, I wouldn't believe it. And when people look at me like I have 4 heads, but I started saving all my paperwork, everything, and this is why I am such a advocate for people to study their illness, find out what's good for you, find out what's bad for you, what medications. You do not have to take the medication. You have a choice.
Okay.
You have a choice. It's your choice. Like if I feel like I'm not getting good care here, I can tell them right now, take me off the machine. I'm going home.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to do that because when you want that transplant, they're going to make sure that all your I's are dotted and all your T's are crossed.
The cross. Exactly.
They're
Wow.
not in the business of just giving people, a kidney.
And then you got to find a match on the kidney.
Exactly. And when I
Mm.
tell you this is so expensive, I had to apply for a grant. They give
I,
us this medication for to take binders before you eat, and it's
uh,
supposed to pull all the potassium or whatever out of the food. That medication costs $5,000
I believe.
every six
Yeah.
months.
That medication is very expensive. And just for his home dialysis, bringing those boxes out there for him to do, it was so, and they came with a truckload that filled up a room.
I trust me, I know. I
Mm.
had boxes. I had boxes, so many boxes everywhere.
And all
I
of
mean,
the cleaning stuff that came with it, to keep it clean, and the
and
tubes and all of that. Mm.
right, you have to be you have to be sterile. They want you to use gloves. They want you to close the door. You
We, I,
cannot have a ceiling fan on. They tell you to close the air conditioned vent because those particles will get in that tube
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and cause an infection.
I wore a mask in the room also when I was in there with him. I wore
Yeah.
gloves. I washed my hands first. I put on the gloves,
Hmm.
on the mask,
Hmm.
and sometimes I would even put one of his shirts out the closet on over my clothes
Right.
because
And,
I
and
didn't
and
want to get an
they they
infection.
they send everything to when you on that dial. They send you the mask. They send you the hand sanitizer. They send you the antibacterial soap. They send you all the tubing. but your insurance is paying for it. But
Exactly.
still, but still,
Even
it's still
had,
very expensive.
she had big balances on bills, but
Mhm.
she was able to get most of it written off, and he had
Mhm.
insurances.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mm.
because he went
Yep.
back and
Mm.
forth to the hospital so much when I was with him.
Exactly, and that's what it is. I even had to get a supplemental insurance for my medication because it's just so too expensive. And my doctor had to write a letter to the pharmaceutical, I mean, to my insurance company, telling them she needs this medication here. She needs this medication. And they finally approved it. So if they tell you no, keep trying and keep applying. Be your advocate. Be a voice. If you have loved ones, go to the doctor with them.
Exactly. That's what I did. He didn't go anywhere without me.
Exactly.
I took him
Exactly.
everywhere.
I don't go to any appointment alone. It's either my sister, my son, or my daughter.
Because a lot of times what I saw in him is that once he got to the doctor, it was like he wasn't really telling the doctor everything that had happened. So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
was like that voice was saying, yeah, but you forgot to tell him this, you know?
As a dialysis patient, sometimes you just get, Ms.V, you just get so tired of going the back and forth with these physicians because it's just the money. Even in the hospital, it's a money game. It's a money game.
It let me tell you what they did to him at one of the hospitals. I don't want to call it out because I don't know where his wife and his son is taking this, but they
Hmm.
actually diagnosed him with having a heart attack, took him down and cut his groin and went in there. And then when he got to the next hospital, they checked his heart. They said he never had a heart attack,
Exactly.
but
Exactly.
through that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I had 6 colonoscopies. 6. And I kept telling them it is not the colon. It is not the colon. It's the intestine.
Mhm.
And finally, I called Ariel. I said, Ariel, I'm not dealing with this particular hospital here. It's a big hospital here. I am not dealing with them. I'm going back to where I went. I called my original nephrologist.
Uh-huh.
He came, his office is right across the street from the hospital. He was there in 15 minutes. He read the reports and he said, Miss Anderson, why? And he said to me this in the emergency, why in the hell didn't you call me?
Mm,
Fix
mm.
the problem within 4 days.
Wow. And you went through all
For
that.
all
Mm,
of it.
mm,
And
mm.
when I tell you I am not done, the last colonoscopy I had, my IV blew on the table. I
It
kept
blew.
telling they said, is the patient asleep yet? I said no. I answered myself. I said no. He asked again, he said, the patient sleep yet? I said no. Next thing I know, he is ramming that tube. I didn't have any medication. I'm screaming and yelling for him to stop. And he had the audacity to say to me, look at the screen, see how clean your colon is.
Oh my goodness. Mm,
So,
mm.
and that's what I tell people. I am really serious about this here. I'm not done because I'm going to DC. I'm going to start with my state capital and then
Uh,
I'm going to DC because I'm going to make a change because that could have been my mother or my grandmother.
exactly.
And
So
he and the hospital didn't do anything. Talking about he wants to come and apologize. I
Mm.
said,
Up-
I was violated, and you think I want him in my room?
Exactly. Mm-mm.
So, people, please, 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 if your loved one is sick and unable, they don't understand it, they don't know what's going on, please help them out.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm coming up on my hour, holistic. I
All
really
righty.
appreciate you coming on and talking to us about what's really going on in the renal failure. And we pray that everything turns out okay for you and that you find your donor and you can have a quality of life back again. I thank you so much for coming on and everybody who was in the chat. I welcome you to chatting with Ms. V this morning. We'll be back later tonight. I wrote up there if you had any questions for Holistic, you could answer. Holistic, you are welcome to come back on the panel at any time. This is very dear to me, having had a brother who just passed of renal
Hmm.
and to make it aware to people out there who may be going through the same thing you're going through, to let them know that you can survive this, you can do this, you
Yes.
can do that, but you got to have a lot of faith in yourself as well as the Lord and the doctors that you have. And like she says, don't go alone because you might not even feel like talking to the doctor. So you need to
And,
take a support system with you.
and let me just say this: I did not come on these social media for money. I came to be a voice and spread awareness. And people fail to realize that if something happened to them, what works for you works for you. But
Exactly.
you have to be a advocate for your elderly and yourself.
Exactly. Well, let me know because, like I say, I'm very interested in that. Anything that I can do to help you with that. If I
Okay.
have to fly with you to go with you or whatever, I'm here.
Yes, ma'am. I
Okay.
appreciate all the love and support.
You're
Shonda,
wel-
we
and
Shonda
what?
thoughts. I know you in the bushes. We're gonna fight this thing together.
Exactly. What's your channel name? Holistic.
Holistic healing savory meals.
Okay. So everybody go over to Holistic Healing Savory Meals if you want to keep following up on her and her journey on this dialysis thing, as well as diabetes. So,
Exactly. Any type of chronic illness. It doesn't matter.
okay. We appreciate you so much. Like I said, come back at any time. You are always in the chat. So anytime you want to come up and talk, you are more than welcome.
Okay, I thank you guys. Thank you for listening. But hey, faith over fear. I love you guys and thanks for all the support. You have a beautiful and blessed day, Miss V.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good
Okay.
day. Be blessed. See you
Bye
later.
bye.
Bye bye.